what happened? Okay, okay. So guys, welcome back the NASA Doctor video. I'm totally exhausted. I'm totally shaking out of that event. What happened just minutes, hours ago. I'm recording this video after the ship 36, the rapid unscheduled descent belief. There wasn't the plan, that wasn't the actual the cause of the entire flight 10 disruption, but at the point we lost our precious upper stage ship 36 because it's the one of the version 2 and the final series of the entire version 2 starship. I'm really shaking now, so let's continue without separate with like overriding our emotions. So let's see what exactly went wrong with the ship 36 and why it led the very explosion at the starship messy test site. Okay, let's see what we can explore in this entire explosion, because I have analyzed a lot of things into the explosion scenarios, and let's break down the one by one. So let's see what exactly went wrong with the ship 36 without our emotion showing. This is the physics, this is engineering, this is a path to achieve success. So everything could be happen, guys. Don't worry, we will be come back with a stronger one. So let's see, let's begin our analysis. The first time that we go into the sea, what exactly went wrong with the ship 36, and then we will jump on to the conclusions of the root of the entire explosion. The first is what went wrong with the ship 36. So as a visual and an entire video that the NSF and many community of the Starship fan club have captured the entire explosion and anticipating of the Bush like 6 engine static fire test, and nobody was aware about the it would be the devastating and completely mind-blowing moment for them. So everyone were the actually anticipating for the 6 engine static fire, not the explosion. So at the point the ship 36 was abnormally taking the fuels into its the tank. The first notice event was the abnormal uh, propellant topping off. So that was going on just like almost the hours, and we were seeing some the GLC conditioning and some the autogenous pressure release. But this time we haven't seen anything pressure release from the ship 36 body. It's the entire body keep the pressure inside. The venting from the ship 36 did not and haven't been seen during the entire the timeline of the testing. So maybe the vents has been clogged or something gone off very abnormal, but other locks tank started to filling up first. After then, the followed the locks tank filling up. We haven't seen the much fill into the CH4. I think there was some issue in the CH4 side. The tank wasn't taking up the CH4 must, and then we saw the fiery ending of the entire C-36. But we have to note the prior the explosion of the C-36, there was the flap test occur. The flap test occurred just seconds before the explosion has noted, and there was the stronger and profound evidence about the flap test might cause to this event, but we don't know yet until the SpaceX has proven. Yes. I don't know what the SpaceX will gonna say about this or what they will say about this, but just recently they have cleared out. They are just safing the entire environment to prevent the hazard gaseous expansion or even the further escalation of the explosion. So they are just saving the environment for the all the people around living and biological conditioning. So it's fine. They are doing their job to protect everything from the unscheduled explosion. So let's see that exactly went wrong in the SIP-36 static fire 10. So we were very unaware about that because we haven't noticed on the SIP-36 venting behavior, because SIP-36 or even the previous ships have done the venting procedures, but this ship did not do, and I noticed it after the entire explosion occurred, and I just rewinded the entire stream or even just observed its venting behavior, and that wasn't acted out on ship 36. Okay, Okay, this is the what went wrong exactly, but this is just the surface information. So let's dive right into the very deeper analytic of the technical depth, aerodynamic, physics, fluid mechanisms, or whatever that lot of things that Shift 36 is content, and let's see. So the exact cause and the root of the entire event, without the official confirmation that I'm gonna give you, that is the most relatable, most uh, the core hypothesis of the entire event cause. Okay, so let's see. As I saw, the flap test occurred just before the ship 36 static fire. I mean, not static fire. That was the 2 minutes or 1 minute marks before the T0 clock, right? So before the T0 clock, the flap test occurred just like 5 or almost 2 minutes before. So we can mark it as a T minus 2 minutes counting where the flap test has occurred. So why I'm telling that flap test must be the link to the entire route, because let's see what went wrong exactly. The first thing, we can see the explosion behavior. So we have to analyze the explosion behavior, how it happened first. The first happened that the little explosion that was in the explosion, that was the rip open pressurized gases from the nose cone area. You can see in a screen. So that the little white dot is indicated that the entire gas, the over pressure gas, just escaped from that little area of the nose cone side where the COPD located, and that rip opened the entire nose cone, let the entire lux overflowed, just yeah, overflowed and exploded and blow open the entire nose cone. And after the that open and explosion in a nose cone section, that actually damaged and ruptured the entire downcomer, and even the our common dome. So common dome is supporting between the our methane and CH4. Even there's a hazardous gases present, and even though when the lux mixture and intermix with the lux, methane intermix with the lux, is led the explosion. That what exactly happened. After the upper side section explode, and then rapidly the fire caught on the guard. Yeah, because the fire actually happened just after that rupture and the blown open happened. The pressure released from the nose cone, and then the fire happened when the common dome exploded and the rupture under that overpressure event. And then the lux and the methane finally met, and that mating led the entire fire explosion, and that was the actual explosion behavior. And then let's see what is the actual root of the entire event, the by the sequential wise. Okay, so the many of the posters, I mean ex tweeters, saying that there was the actual present leak was appeared on the ship 36 body, even though I cannot confirm by the visibly, but if there was a leak happened, or even the frozen and leakage of the lux from the exterior body, yes, I could say that could be the reason for that. But let's listen here my the logical explanation. The first thing that we have to point out towards the lux downcomer, that is going to the header tank. So that lux downcomer must have a failed before the actual explosion occurred, and that failed the lux downcomer exposed the leak oxygen into the entire tank and entire the nose cone bay. Yes, and nose cone bay already have been filled with the lux. So if the lux inside the nose cone bay that already have been boiling off at the temperature, then possibly the nose cone bay is completely acting as the inflation bay, because the lux is rapidly expand when it meets into the actual environment. So that expansion was the keeping the entire nose cone inflating on an edge when the flap test occurred. So just see, after just the when flap test occurred, is mechanically induced the vibrations into the structure of the nose cone bay, and that actuation and the torque applied by the entire nose cone the nose cone forward flap is actually induced the vibration, and the micro leak were already presented on the nose cone section that rapidly wide opened, and that wide open actually uh, gave the opportunity to the locks to escape from that little micro leak that wide opened, and then it's lead the rapid expansion of the gases. But the early indication towards the COPV failure was the point because it was a secondary chain reaction. Because when the locks expanded from the leaked locks downcomer, that locks expanded and made the macro leaks. And once the macro leaks is already were presented there, then possibly that the vibrational inducement happened by the actual forward flap activation prior to the explosion. The, the flap test induced the vibrational and structural shifting. Due to this, the vibration happened, yeah, that led the micro leak wide open, and then the COPV rapidly displaced, and displacement happened, and that led the discoupling of the COPV, the composite overpressure vessels, and that led the COPV fiery explosion. That wasn't the explosion, but that was the fiery expansion of its the contained gases. And once the nitrogen expanded on its the full pace, then possibly entire the entire the rip open scenario very violently, because COPV amplified the entire process. So once that done, the entire the chain reaction on top of the actual LOX tank and is the engine bay section actually led the rupture into the common dome. The once the common dome rupture, they already have been present. The LOX leaked into the CH4 and led the fiery explosion. Once again, I'm saying fiery explosion. That was a very violent explosion, and the series of the chain reaction happened. That wasn't the single reaction that caused the entire failure. There were the multiple links to the entire failure. So we cannot say the exactly this is the root of the thing. But let's see. The LOX downcomer failure was the root. So after that root happened, the kickstart of the LOX leaking into the nose cone bay then led to the entire micro leaks. Micro leaks must be already present or must be not, but the micro leaks were presented there, or possibly they're made by the expansion of the locks into the nose cone bay. But when the flap test occurred, entire thing changed, entire loop, and the deviation into the shift and a mechanical space led the entire explosion, and the rip open is the overpressurized gases from the is nose cone section. So I'm really confident about this scenario, but because the lot of things that I could say about this entire thing that CF36 led to the failure, that was a very mechanical thing, because the flap test is directly linked to the failure, because flap test occurred just before the actual uh, the rip open, the overpressure gases released from this nose cone section. Yeah, that was a reality. And the additional robust evidence that I'm going to say, the vents are clogged. Yes, the autogenous vents are clogged, and these vents are very essential for to the minimize the risk of the overpressure event inside the entire vehicle. These were not working as I expected, so we did not manage to see that thing, because you can see the previous ships when they were filling up their actual the entire locks, the like both of the tanks, they actually release the lots of pressure outside from the vents, and this actual behavior, the venting behavior, did not occur on the ship 36, and that was the primary and the stronger evidence towards the chain reaction happened. That was the actual root of the vent clogged, and the vent clogged or vent failure is led to the entire lock, entire the failure of the ship 36, and it's gone from its path, and now we don't know where it's gone, but it exploded in a million, I don't know, thousands of pieces, shattered across the area, fell into the beside beside lake, and wow, amazing. That was amazing. But yeah, why I'm saying amazing? Because it was the good indication. The C-36 would be filled if it done the C-36 static fire, then possibly there is a no of the possibility of that it would be go fail on top of the ship booster system. So it's fine to embrace the process of making the history. Always gets the little stings, little scratches, that what Elon said. So it's fine to see the failure in a part of your the fair success making. So it's fine. So when the C-36 already met to its demise, and we going to see what will happen next. So currently the Messi outpost is closed for this repairment, because we already knew when the flight 1 did the biggest explosion on the pad, and that led the entire crater of the entire like below the launch mount, and how the spaces did fix the entire thing within the 7 months. So there is no big deal to fix just the rupture and the shatter the gantry, or even the ship 36 the transportation tank stand. So there's a no lot of thing is really significant to change, but let's see what the spaces will do in this time. I'm really excited to do so. I'm really excited to see what they're gonna see do right now. Really, really. That was very technical there, but yeah. So chip 36 cost to the flight 10 delay to 4 months. I'm really excited for once again, because we will be come back with a stronger versions. So yeah, it's fine. It's debate, get a debate from the flight plan. It's fine. Then the actual see the anomaly in the flight. So it's fine. Okay. So bye guys. I'm as soon as possible before the ship 36 not pleasant, but ship 37 testing ground. Let's see the flight 10 will be blow up on this not the blow up. What I'm saying. So let's see the what will happen with the flight 10 with the ship 37 pyramid, or we will see the lot of thing into the entire journey of the flight 10. This is a long journey, but with the cautious steps and baby steps. We have to go for it, guys. So don't worry. If it fell now, it will be win today. Yes, it will be win today. That's the spirit what the SpaceX fans keep. They always patiently watch everything, and then happy, make a happy, guys. Keep the process clap, applaud. Process is the paramount. Okay. So bye guys. My name is Godushi. You're watching NASA Directory. I will meet you as soon as possible before the ship 37 static fire. I'm very confident it will be come back in August. So bye.